Okay, so this video is going to be about accidents. What do you do when you take your older mower and you accidentally run it into a stump, let's say like one of these, and your blade locks up and tries to toast your belt, like this? Immediately stop what you're doing, disengage the blade, shut the tractor down. Now this is a 1980s Craftsman II. I've made videos on this tractor previously. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking off the mower deck and knocking it back out to free the blade. As you can see here, this is the previous damage that I've already knocked out, and now I know exactly how that damage got there in the first place because somebody did this before I got it too. So I'm sure there's a shortcut. You could probably jack it up and then knock that out with a hammer, but you'd put stress on everything holding the deck. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the deck off. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to come over to the depth control and we're going to lower this thing all the way down. So I'm going to turn this counterclockwise. Basically going to turn this out until it stops.
5 minutes later.
Alright, it stopped. We're going to come over here. Okay, so we've got it on the ground now. Okay, now we're going to remove the belt from the engine pulley. And we're just going to pop it down around this retainer and kind of roll it off of the pulley. It's a good idea to have the engine battery disconnected or the coil disconnected so that the engine can't start if you turn this over. Just a safety precaution. I'm going to get these pins out that go across the back. There's the other one. We can just kind of pop these out. And then we'll want to get the pin out of this rod here. So you can see it right here. It's easier to pull that out from the right side of the tractor. Okay, now you have a pin here and you have a pin here. Just depends on how far you want to go with that to take it apart. So I usually take this one out first. That one, because you can still get it out with that on. But we'll probably wind up taking it all off anyway. There's that one. And you can pull the pin out. Okay, so now to get all the arms out of the way so we can pull it out, I'm going to pull the lever up. And that should give us enough clearance. If it doesn't, we'll turn this clockwise to lift up the arms to get it out of the way. And I think we're going to have plenty of clearance. I might have to kind of move this a little bit, but the rest of it seems fine. Make sure to take this out of its bracket. And now we pull it out. Now that we have it tipped over, we can see exactly where the accident is. So right here, got hit, and when it did, it jammed the blade. There's still clearance over here, and no clearance here. It doesn't look like it really bent the blade, but it definitely stopped it. So we're gonna have to get this free and take a hammer and knock this back out. So for this task, I have this giant hammer. It's got a 4-pound weight welded to the end of a pipe. So I would consider it probably a 5-pound hammer. We've got our deck. I'm gonna come around to this side where you can see it work its way out. And what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to knock this out. Well, before I do anything, I'm going to see if I can work this blade back the other direction. This way. There we go. To loosen that up from the deck so that we can beat the deck out. And then you want this to have enough clearance to spin around like it normally would. You can also remove the blade and you'll have more clearance to work. Might have to turn it flat to knock it out. Alright, we just got clearance. There we go. So here you can see we've got clearance again. That's the bare minimum amount we've got. And it spins freely again. And these are straight enough for this to hook on and be in line. So we're back in business. We're just gonna clean it up and then throw it back on. Here's the belt routing for future reference. Here's the front, there's the back, there's the discharge side. So now we're back under here. First one you're gonna want to get is the little black one that clips up here. Goes from this arm over to right here. You want to pin that one. Now we're gonna want to get these back two on these ears. These guys, which we'll need to lower them back down with the lever. And then we'll lift the deck slightly. And we got that side in, and we'll throw a pin in it. Here's the other side, same process. Push this back enough to be able to lift it, to drop it in. And then we'll put a pin in it. Now we've got up front. Okay, front pin in, and then we put a clip in that one. Then we've got the very front one. So you want to take a block and put it under the front to lift it a bit to be able to get the pin in. So here I just used a couple blocks to pick up the deck. I've got the other side in. I can take the blocks out. Go. We'll put the pin in. There we are. We're just going to put the belt back on. Slip that side on. There we go. Belt's back on. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And then we'll adjust the height, which in my case was all the way up, because the way I have it set up, leave the handle locked, and then tighten this all the way up till the handle doesn't move. Your adjustment could be different depending on what you're using. This one we have just all the way up because it's older and doesn't cut as high, so we have it all the way up because we have a lot of holes and stuff around here.
One eternity later.
Alright, here we are. Handle's still locked. That's got us. And that's how you take the deck off of and knock out a dent on a 1980s Craftsman II lawnmower.